Hello. How you doing? Hey, Miss Lennox, what's up, man? Well, welcome to recipe and review time. Two reviews, one in the beginning, one in the end. And then we'll do a recipe. First, I want to talk about the day. It's a hot day. I'm sweaty. I've got a fan in here, so if it's loud, let me know. It is pretty loud. I mean, this is a pretty high frequency microphone here, so it might pick up on stuff. So, anyway, going over the Saison today. It's I guess you could call it the Belgian Saison. It's from Belgium originally, and is whatever. Little history on that. First of all, I get information from Wikipedia, craftbeer.com, and I like by.com. Their articles are really good. They've got a good writer in there that I imagine it. Well, he brews and stuff like that. Talks about all these styles, and he's got some good information. So I appreciate reading his articles. I really I like them. They're fun. Learn a lot. So, hey, Vanessa, no fan noise is good, man. Sweet, thank you, bro. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Cheers. Welcome. Whew, it's so sweaty in here. Okay. It got hot for everyone, I think. So to start off, if you don't know already, a Saison is basically started out as a pale ale. You can differentiate the colors with them, though. They can go up in even to like a lighter brown kind of color. But they are highly carbonated, fruity, or even, fruity, spicy, often, not totally. Hey, we'll get into that. Fruity, spicy, often bottle conditioned. So this style of beer is it's usually classified as a farmhouse ale. It was originally brewed at lower ABVs and then worked its way up through modern times and got its way up into the max of around 6.5%. So it's quite interesting. The history of this is really really cool. Oh yeah, well, I can't wait to have one right soon. Yeah. So, but they first started. They actually have. There's the table, the standard, and the super is actually on BJCP. They have a table at 3.5 to 5%. The standard is 5 to 7, which is like the common, more modern style of it. Maybe the more Americanized style. I don't know. Super would be the 7 to 9.5%. So kind of cool. But they started out the table versions of them. They would serve at the table to even their kids. I don't know how young, but it only had like maybe 0.5%, barely anything. I mean, even Utah blew them away on that one. So, but the farmers used to brew these things in the colder months. And because of the summer temp, all the summer temps and stuff, if they brew them then, you get more bacteria, you get more flies and bugs and all this crazy shit you don't want on there. So they'd store them in colder, like cellars and stuff or whatever, and basements, whatever. They didn't have refrigeration back then, so they would, but they would serve them, in the hot summer months to all the saisonniers, which are the workers all over the farms and stuff. And they actually the year-round workers actually had a part in the brewing process and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. During the early 20th century, the ABV rose to 4.5 to 6.5, though. So it's moving on up. All right. So, but that's what I was saying. It was common for more brewers to brew outside since there was no refrigeration, and since they had to brew outside. You got to do it in colder temps, right? It keeps everything bad off, and so that's how it worked. But nowadays, we've got the yeast are already calculated. The just like all the attenuation and flocculation rates and stuff, the percentages are totally timed to fit a certain style. it all depends on your grain bill, your gravities, what you have, how much that yeast can handle as far as how they eat. It's just it's amazing though. It's a very interesting beer to drink even. And honestly, I've never brewed one of these before, so I've been spending all week trying to learn everything I can about this. And I do want to thank Brian for bringing up some good points last night, talking to him. Just awesome, man. I learned a lot from that. And I actually went into attenuation, flocculation, going into the yeast, going into protein rests for undermodified, like unmodified or not so modified grains. You got to let them sit to kind of break down their proteins before you actually go to that 60-minute or whatever it takes to convert the starches to alcohol or to sugars. So iodine's a good thing to use. You take it out, you do a little droplet of iodine. If it turns black, you're not converted. If it turns like a lightish yellow, kind of even a reddish brown, a lighter brown, then you've definitely got conversion. And then you can start sparging off into your boiler. So it's really cool. It's a fun thing. I love beer. Let me get back with you guys. Make sure you're right on. So I learned historically, Saisons were not classified as a certain style. They were more a group of refreshing summer ales made by the farmers. And they all made their own versions. They have spices, and it's all about balance, though, and putting a balanced beer together, making it not so spicy, not so coriander-like, not so orange peel-like. It's all about balancing it with the malts. And it also has a lot to do with the yeast plays a big part in the Saison. It all depends. If you want a faster flocculation rate, then you're going to get different flavors than a slower flocculation rate, or attenuation rate, excuse me. How fast they eat the sugars that you have in there. So it really plays a part in the flavors, whether it's got fruity esters, whether it's got, pulls out the spicy phenols and things you're looking for. So it's a real interesting beverage to brew. And I'm really looking forward to this. So what I want to do is, hey, John, what's up, man? Cheers, man. Welcome, bro. I'm gonna do a beer review of one of these, and I got another one I'm gonna do after a recipe. I think I'll do this one first. This is an American brewed Saison. It's called dry season. Saison means season, seasonal, season. From the history I just talked about, that says it all right there. It's a seasonal beer in history. You can drink these any time of the year you want. This one's lightly smoked. It's a rustic Saison, and it is a 4.8%, so it's on the lower percentage of that 4.5 to 6.5 range for the more modern after 20th century Saisons. This one, they have burnt out written on it. It's a 2019, 5/21/2019, this was canned. So back in May, it's a year old in this can. And they are bottle conditioned. Most of them, a lot of them are bottle conditioned. So yeah, I imagine this has had its conditioning. Let's try it. Hey, Beer Chugs, what's going on, man? All right, dude. Arcade, yeah. All right, dude. I brought my Limburger cheat. No, I didn't bring it. No. That's awesome. Nice, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, guys, in the chat, everything, man. Appreciate your support. It's not always the funnest thing to watch some guy talk about a beer, but if this is what fascinates you, you're going to have a good time. So I'm going to use this glass. Usually you would use like a tulip glass, or they usually have like a crazy tulipy like glass. I got this shitty tulip glass, and then I've got my Tiku style glass. It's not really a Tiku. Those are like $50. Well, you can get them for 30 on eBay or whatever, but these are like 20, 30 for two, something like that. Anyway. So everything can vary with these. When you're starting out brewing these, they say to start very simple until you figure out what you can and can't add to it before you go overboard, because they're a beer that you don't want to be super over on one thing or the other. So I'm looking for balance in this. I'm looking for a good balance. 4.8 is going to be a lighter beer, more sessionable, more springy, lighter. I'm hot as fuck. So let's get going here. This is a three-finger head. Very nice. I have 3 lights in here, so bear with me on the lighting. Oh, this has more of like a Brett-like style smell to it, like a Brett yeast, like a farm barney kind of barnyard, wet hay, foot kind of smell, if you want to put it that way. But it also has a slight pepper. There's a pepper in the nose, and there's a slight there's a little coriander coming out of that, and like a lemony floral kind of scent coming out. The malts are very well balanced, so it smells. No, it smells all right. I need to taste it before I like figure out the balance on this. Hey, Rod, man, how you doing, dude? Cheers. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you being here, man. Glasses are spendy for sure, dude. Very nice beer, though. This is a very, it smells kind of like gingerbread. It smells like it's got ginger in it. That's another additive they add to these. And it does smell gingery. Very ginger-like, actually. Wow, now that I think about it. White head, kind of a soapy, but a firm head. Nice head. Hazy, which is acceptable. It's got a slow to medium rising bubble, which I was expecting to be a little more faster. It's really not as fast as I would have wanted it to be. Nothing really floating around. It's really got a pretty like black hole look in there. Like it's got this crazy like weird ensemble of bubbles going up through the center. Really nice. Let's drink this. Smoky, tangy, and citrusy. A very slight to the nose. It was stronger. Very slight though on the barnyard. You get it more on the palate, more on the hard palate before it starts to roll back into this wet kind of dry feel. Very nice. Dries off, nice dry finish. But before the dry, it's very wet. And then it just goes, it dissipates. Boom, like alcohol. You don't get any alcohol. It's 4.8. I'm not getting on that. Very, very thirst quenching. Very sessionable. Coriander's coming out. There's a little lemon peel in there. You do get the ginger. And it's all mostly around the teeth, the gums, and around the cheek. You start to get these flavors wrapping around your tongue there. You start feeling those flavors, and then it dries off. So it's got this real nice punctual bing bong boom, but it's not like but it's not like so much that it's throwing it off. Very well balanced. I'm very liking this beer. Great English, right? Out of 5, I would give this. I really would give this 5 hops. This is a 2 thumbs up beer for me. It really is. It's a very good saison and very light and refreshing. So I really recommend this. If I get this again and someone wants me to send it to you, I will. Just let me know. But it's a very good beer. It's a town series, 3 Magnets Brewing Company. They're out of. I didn't even say this, did I? Olympia, Washington. Part of the Craft Brewers Independent Craft Brewers Association. Kind of a nice thing, eh? Can't really see their label though. I mean, the can art probably could pep up a bit more to where you can actually see what it says on there. But as far as the beer itself, it's delicious. It's really good. That smoke really comes out too. Very slight though. Very slight. Very slight. Okay. we're going to go and I'm going to go over real quick kind of some characteristics before we start doing a recipe. So I got a lot of good. It was a 5 beer. I mean, like I said, I've been studying the shit out of this. It really played its part right with me. It tasted like it was what it should be. So I was impressed. But this the SRMs is 5 to 7. It's like straw to a little darker than straw, but you can go a little darker than that even on these. This is from craftbeer.com. They have like a general thing they have, but I like their information. The IBUs are 20 to 38. This is just their ranges. ABV 4.4 to 6.8, but then again you have your tables, standards, and your supers, which have 3.5 to 5 on a table, 5 to 7% on a standard, which is usually what we would get around here. And then you get your 7 to 9.5% supers. Good to know for beer chugs on his show. No, so food pairings, seafood mussels is what they recommend. Brie cheese definitely, and lemon ginger sorbet sounds really good. Some commercial examples. Boy, am I glad I put some deodorant on. It's hot today. Commercial examples is by Funkworks. They have their Saison. The Lost Abbey has a Red Barn, and Brewery Amagang has Hennepin. So the appearance of these is you want to look. They're saying to look gold to amber, which is about right. Clarity is a slight haze, which we got here. Visual of carbonation, fast rising bubbles. I didn't really get that, and I did give it a 5 though. I think it was because the flavor just overwhelmed me. It was refreshing. Flavor, aroma. It didn't bother me that it wasn't a fast rising bubble though. Flavor, aroma would be like alcohol, mild to noticeable. Nothing I didn't notice. It was a lower IBV. Hop would be low to medium aromas. Bitterness is medium to medium high. So you would probably put your hops in the beginning, and then in the last 10, you would put maybe a slight pinch. You probably don't even have to put anything in because you're putting other spices in and other things. So let me see here. Back with you guys. I'm sorry about that. Scratch and Bo, what's up, man? Cheers. All right, dude. Might go into that later. Need a bit of a change from what I've been. Yeah, I totally suggest even a lighter ABV, like a 4, like what I did, 4.5 to 5.5 would be a great little like Saison to have in this like nice hot weather, man. It's a real good chiller, man. It chilled me the hell off, dude. There's the wrong thing. Sorry. So let's see here. Malt flavor is low, but provides foundation for the overall balance. So you're using Pilsner malt in this, and with Pilsner, it is not fully. What the fuck is the word now? I had it all in my head all week. Moderate or converted or no, fuck. What's the word? Jesus, help me, please, everyone. Now I look like an idiot because all day I've been saying it in my head. Modified, fuck. Okay, it's not fully modified, so you have to do a protein rest. You should for 30 minutes. And what Brian was saying with Thrash Metal was saying was to do 90 minutes or 90 degrees for 30 minutes. And then I read 113 to 135 degrees, depending on what you want to pull out of it or what you want to do to break down the enzymes and stuff, so you can get all what you need before you do your 60-minute main mash rest. So it basically helps the unmodified or the not so modified grains to get what you need out of it, if you want to put it in that form. So it's just a method. It's a 2-stage or even a 3-stage way of doing it. It depends on what you want to pull out. So there's all kinds of scientific words, but I don't even want to look it up and go over it. So, but esters is fruit, orange, lemon is what you would want to get out, which, from the orange peels, and then the lemon from like coriander and stuff like that. Phenols, pepper is your main phenol. Fermentation byproducts, a small amount of sour flavor is acceptable when in balance with other components. They are often bottle conditioned with some yeast character and high carbonation. Damn high carbon. Oh no, it's fast, dude. It is fast. It's all fast now. What the fuck? Did it have to get activated with the heat? Like looking down on it, I'm like, it's fast. So the sensations you would get is soft. Carbonation would be high. Finish length, short to medium. Attenuation, high or a dry finish. So you have your low, medium, and high attenuation rates. I think there's a percentage of like the norm would be like what 70 to 80 or 80 to 90. The faster it eats off, the yeast eat the sugars, and the faster it gets into flocculation and starts to drop the yeast cells down. They get full and they don't want to eat anymore. That's when you start to do your iodine testing to make sure it's converted. So it's just a good thing to do. You can do it by eyeball. If you've done it over and over again, you would understand how it is to brew, and you don't have to do it. It's kind of like me growing weed. I don't have to check things anymore. I've been doing it for so long. I just grow weed, and I know when the buds are right. Hops, Noble, Styrian, East Kent Goldings. Malt would be Pilsner, Munich, or malted wheat. Water, I guess all three if you wanted it. Water, high sulfate content. Yeast, ale yeast. Brettanomyces. Brettanomyces is possible. Brett yeast is possible. So, all right, let's get into this recipe, man. Let's get into this recipe. Share my screen. I don't want to share audio. You guys can hear me already. So, hold on. I need to make sure things are. Hold on one sec. All right, here we go. Check on the chat real quick. Modify. I couldn't get that word, dude. It was in my head all day long. You know, it's weird. When I used to brew, I knew these words, and I paid attention to them a lot. And I haven't brewed in 6 years, and I've said this before, but it's coming back. It's like riding a bike. You find all these words again, and it's easy to pick up on, because as you repetitiously brew, like I brewed 1 to 2 batches a week. I was constantly doing it for at least 5-6 years, just pumping them out. Boom, 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 boom. All grain mash. Started out with partial mash. My friend taught me. Well, he actually did partial mash. We didn't do just extract it was partial mash. You dip the little thing in at a certain temp to get your colors and your flavors and stuff. You pull it out. You put water over. You never squeeze it. Well, they say there's an argument about that in the air. But anyway, Psycho Ducky. All right, man. Cheers. 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 All right, I'm in share mode. So let's go. Let's make a recipe. Let me get out. So I have BYO. This guy's cool. I'm going to kind of go off what he says. So he says, any pill. Let me get everything ready first. Let me get name it and all that shit. Your time. That's the name of my company, actually. I've named my company. It's Beer Time. So hopefully I'll be able to get some home brewing supplies in a storefront in the future, but right now it's looking more like online shit. So well, businesses are opening around here now though. So we got beer. Let's go ahead and get to my 15 gallon. I don't really need to do that, to be honest. I don't know why I do this. I always got to change it over here. I'm gonna have to set the settings different. This is where it kind of gets boring, but you kind of get a laugh at like me just muttering about what I'm doing. So I'll check back with the chat. Like right now, hold on. Bear with me, and then we'll do another. I gotta drink this beer while we're doing this too. Do another review, and then I'll chat with you guys, and then we'll call it good. This day will be my wow, smoky. This day will be the day that I do my live brew sessions. I'm also going to try and do 2 of them a week, but the other one won't be live. But Wednesdays I'm going to try. Once I get my brewery going, I'm going to start brewing, and we'll do like a 5-6 hour live stream, and just go to town with it. So, all right. So boil time. I'm gonna do 90 minutes, man. I know there's an argument with that, but I'm gonna do 90. I'm using a less than modified grain. Even though I'm doing a protein rest, I still want to get that 90 minutes out of it. Bumpy said that he brewed his at 60 with Pilsner and it made it more buttery tasting. So I want to go right into a 90. It'll estimate all my water and everything, all my pre-boil, which is really cool. Some may say, no, don't do it. You don't need to, but I'm going to do it. So, and it's a trial and error. It's just what I'm doing. I forgot to set this down here. Just follow my cursor. If you don't mind, if you want to. Let's go to Saison, which is a strong Belgian ale, they call it. It's got a 1.048 to 1.65 on the gravity, 20 to 35 IBUs. These all differ from the craftbeer.com site. 5 to 22 SRMs and 3.5 to 9.5. So this is even going into a super volume. I only want to make this a 6.5. Actually, I want to make this. I might just make it a 6%. So we're gonna start with our main malt, a Pilsner. Let's do a Belgian 2-row Pilsner malt. And we'll add 18 to start. It's a 10-gallon batch, so brought me up to 4.6 already right there. Just looking at my notes real quick. So we'll make it lighter and slightly less malty pale malt. We'll give it. You can use pale in these, and I like that actually. Rather than to have to do the protein rest, I'd almost rather do that. Unless you add a lot of adjuncts, it's a good idea to do a protein rest. I read if you have a lot of adjuncts in your beer. But if I can do pale, then I'm gonna do pale, man. We could keep it real and really be Belgian though. Belgian. Let's stick with the Belgian style. I like that. Let's do it. And I'll do a 2-step. Or two-stage. Hold on. I'm trying to re-educate my mind here. I don't want to bore everyone. I'll look at that later. Let's just keep it where we're at. Fuck it. So, fuck, I got lost right now. Sorry, everyone. Light Munich or Vienna malt can be used at 10 to 20% in the grist. If they say you can, I'm going to use it. Fuck it. 2 pounds. And we'll call it good. Oh, malted wheat can be used 30% of the grain bill. Huh. Fuck. Spelled or oat cereal grains can be used up to in less than 10%. Spelt and oat cereal. Oats. No, let's do some wheat. I'm gonna add some wheat in there. I have some wheat in there, man. Oh, I just passed it. All right, so let me do that. And let's do 3 pounds. That brought it up to 6%. Wheat became 13%, which is fine. Pilsner's at 78. I'm sticking with it. Let's do it. I like it. Let's go with it. 1.060 is the established original gravity. So let's change that over here. We're going to change this to 10 gallons. And noticed that when I put in the, I was doing my calculations on a calculator. All you have to know is the BUGU, the bitterness unit, gravity unit ratio, and it shows it to you right here, the bitterness ratio. I didn't know that it had that. And it does it automatically for you, so I don't have to calculate as long as I know. So let's go ahead and look. We're going to do hops right now. So I'm going to go and look at what the BUGU is. What's it called? I guess grapher. That's it, I think. That's the wrong one. I don't like that one. The fuck is it? Oh yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna look it up. BUGU for Belgium or for Saison. Visual guide. This is the one I like. Hey guys, sorry I'm in my own world here. Love you guys, man. Cheers. Thank you so much for being around here, man. Think we got a room for you if you want to play on the panel. I want to definitely come over. I'm definitely gonna get on over there. I'll try and hurry actually with this. We can get done with this quick. I got an itch, dude. Hold on. Oh, that's killing me. It's like dripping sweat itch. Okay. All right, so back to this. We have 72%. We're at 71.7 measured efficiency. Let's add hops. We want more of a bitter, and the hops that we want to use would be, they say the protein rest is at 131 degrees or 55 degrees Celsius, and saccharification, which is basically the mash rest, at 149 or 65 Celsius is common. But since the malt today is highly modified, a protein rest is not really totally necessary. So that makes a lot of sense from today and yesterday. 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 Okay, it's not yesterday anymore. Let's go to hops. It's fucking today. Well, hops. So we want spicy hops, and the reason we want spicy hops is because you don't want to. You want it to mix in well with the spices, and the orange is really good mixed with spicier hops, more noble, like noble spicy German hops. Hell yeah! Saaz, Hallertau, Styrian Goldings are 3 that are mentioned. So I'm gonna go with Saaz. No, let's go with Hallertau. I like Hallertau. Let's go to Hallertau. And we're going to do 2 ounces of Hallertau. And let's see, wait. Let's see what Saaz. I'm going to look at Saaz real quick. What's Hallertau? Hallertau, 4.8% alphas. Then you got this Taurus. What the fuck? Saaz. Where are you? 3.7. You don't want it to be. It's mainly focusing on the bitter anyway. Goldings can be used or has been used in the past with these beers, giving them a slight fruity and spicy character with an herbal or earthy character. Goldings sounds pretty good. Styrian Goldings. Where are you? Slovenia, 5.4. Let's do that. Bittering finish. I like that. Sounds good. It's a version of Fuggles, and I like Fuggles, so let's do that. Let's do 2 ounces. 60 minutes. Pellets. Brought that up to 19.7 IBUs. We want to get it a little more than that. Oh, yeah, I was looking up the fucking guide thing. Let me look that up. Saison. Where is the Saison? Let's read from the top down. There it is. 0.49 is what they say. So keeping that there, keeping that in mind. 0.49. And see, we got 0.32 right now. So I could add a little more. And even add a slight pinch of, I like the idea of adding a slight pinch of Kent Goldings in the very last 10 minutes. East Kent Goldings, that's what it's called, right? Yeah. There it is. Okay, so we'll do that, and I'll add an ounce at 10 minutes. Pellets. Brought me up to 0.42. Where the fuck was it? 4.9. So we want 4.9. We want 4.9. We want 4.9. Let's go a little more on the Styrian Goldings. That's perfect right there. 2.75 and 1 ounce at 60 and 1 ounce of East Kent Goldings. Gives me 0.50, which is a little over, but it's okay. It's not totally balanced, but we can work with that. I can actually bring it down and make it less. I like that better, and I like that even better. So we can do a 1/2 ounce of East Kent Goldings. Cool. So, or we can even add more and go to 5 minutes. That's perfect. Hell yeah. 48. See that? 48. Bitterness units, 48. Okay, so let's add our yeast, which is the most important part of this thing. And others will have their opinions. But, additions, I do want to add, I want to add coriander and probably a bitter orange peel maybe. So let's add that real quick. Coriander. And we'll just add, I need to read up on, I didn't really get into that. So I'm just going to add the 1.5 ounces for now. And that'll be a little trial and error thing for me. Let's do the orange peel. Let's do the bitter ones. And we'll just add that for now. I don't want to add, the yeast is going to make the haze. So I'm not real sure if I should cold crash this or if I should add a Werloff tab or some seaweed in the last 10. I'm going to stay off that and read it later. I don't want to add it yet. So with the yeast, let's go ahead and see what's the best yeast. We're at 5:39 p.m. PST time. All right. So yeast is everything with this beer. Complex, spicy, peppery. So the one that I want, you can have some hints of Brett, which is this had. White Labs was the first one he mentioned. Let's go ahead and go with that. I do like White Labs. They come in that little tube. They work just fine on the start. You don't have to do a starter for them. As long as you set them out a little bit before you pitch. It gets them a little more room temp. And shake them all about and throw it in. It's real nice. Belgian Saison. Let's do that. White Labs. Belgian Saison. The Belgian, there we go. Is that the 550 one? I want the 565 one. Where is it? There it is. And I'm gonna do 2, even though Brian did say we wouldn't. You shouldn't have to do more than 1, but just because I'm weird and I'm gonna look at it later, I go off one per 5-gallon batch. So that's the way I calculate this. I'm gonna do 2 for now, and I'll think about it later. So there we go. That is it. We're at 5.7 actually percent, which is good. I'm okay with that. We're balanced at 4.48, a color of 5.2 SRMs, which is on the light side, a blonde-looking beer, 29 IBUs, 5.7, not bad. Sounds good to me. All right, so I'm done with that. Hi, how's it going? So I didn't finish this, but I'm gonna talk a second, just for a moment. I slammed this or something, maybe. Really is good beer. Let's just open another one. All right. If I don't make it to beer chugs and you have an availability on the second round, I'm totally in with it, man. So cheers, bro. All right, so this is one. It looks like a more expensive beer than it is, but it's really it was really only like maybe $5 or something. It wasn't bad. Just got a classy looking bottle. And they actually, these bottles they say, please return. Oh, no, this isn't that one. There's another one, sorry. But this is a Ferment Brewing Company is what their name of the company is. It's a White River Saison ale. Very simple, kind of really not the greatest looking label. Just very plain. 5%, 20 IBUs. Tradition of the small farmhouse breweries of Wallonia. That's right. Bologna is where this all kind of started. We combine malts and hops from the Belgian and French and German countryside, which then ferments with yeast captured from the wind on the slopes of Mount Hood, Oregon, to create 3 hours east of me, a truly unique ale that is both refreshing and wonderfully complex. They're out of Hood River, Oregon. Last beer I had by them was phenomenal. So let's open her up. Don't see a date. Ooh, there's a lot of vapor on that bottle. These do get heady, as you can see. Very nice looking. Very nice looking. We got a 3-finger head again. Definitely a heady beer. This one has more of kind of a Pilsner cracker smell coming out of it. There's a slight, it's more lighter, lightly balanced. Like it's very, very smooth. It's not too punctual. Citrus for sure. There's a coriander going on. There's a spice. There's a pepper. I get pepper through it. White head, foamy meringue-like head. Attenuation, or fucking attenuation. Head retention is pretty good, actually. It's taken a while to go down there. It's about a medium fast rising bubble. It's hazy. It's very cold right now, too. It's served at a good temp. It's a lemon color. Let's drink it. Cracker, coriander. Very big Pilsner bite on this. Orange, coriander, orange peels, coriander. Kyle, how's it going, man? Orange peels, kind of the bitter orange peels is what a slight pepper in the finish. Very refreshing. Very, and it's dry. So the Pilsner malt's not super sweet. Pilsner malt's a really tasty malt. I think it's a very tasty malt. sometimes you get the corn taste and stuff like that. Very cracker though, very cracker bready. This that's kind of a lemon, herbal, floral, coriander like coming out, but everything is very well balanced, very slight. You have to pay attention to it. Bursty on the bubbles right away. Bam, bam, like fireworks. Pops off up to the top of your mouth. You're getting that bitter orange peel. Rolls back into a pepper, like a spicy pepper phenol. Hey, Juggalo, cheers, man. All right. Good to have you here, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Very good, though. It dries off. It dries off a little fast. It's got a faster finish. It has a light body, light, medium, light body. Not really medium, more of a light body. And mouthfeel is just very refreshing, thirst quenching. Very easy to drink. It's almost like a more citrus or a more seasoned Pilsner. Like more punctual, more peppers, more orange, more this, more that. If you like Pilsners, you might like this. Neat. Don't push my stomach. I might have to poop too. Drinking a fountain, nice, man. Now you want me. I got to go look for that now. Doing good, Juggalo, man. Hope you're doing well, bro. Well, cool, man. That was good. Out of 5 hops. Out of 5 hops, I would give this 4.5 hops. It dried off a little weird, but it was good. Nothing medicinal, no Brett in there, nothing barnyardy or anything like that. This one was more smoky and more thick and rich. I like that one a little more. But I haven't even had a beer today. Dang, dude. Jesus. Uh-oh. Well, that's a good thing. Sometimes we need a break. But I'm sure you're going to have one sooner or later, right? Oh, Jesus. Almost threw up there. I better stop laughing. Yeah, so I'll probably end this. I had a good time. This was fun. Learning about the Saison was a very interesting subject. It's kind of like school, pick a subject, pick a type of beer, a style of beer, and study it. Study the shit out of it. Study how to make it, study the history, study all the things you put into it, how it was made. It's amazing. It really is. Getting thirsty. So no, just fun though, and I think that's why I like doing these. And like I said, eventually this is gonna be my brew day, so that'll be fun too. So all right, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I'm gonna go on over to Beer Chugs and see what's going on over there. He does the ABV, where you get to pick the ABV on their panel. You can even pick it on the chat. But it's just so much fun. So hightail over there. And gang up on that channel. And if you want, I'm going there. I'm going to go share it out here in a bit. But cheers, man. Really good to see you guys. Thank you guys very much. Miscellaneous Arcade, Juggalo, Kyle. Let's read through you guys, man. Thank you so much. I love you guys, man. Doc, what's up? All right. I didn't even see you there. Good day. What's up, man? Beer Chugs, Bourbon Bounty. Psycho Duck even showed up. Nice. Scratch and Bow. Nice. Rod came in. Right on, dude. John Brooks. Vanessa Kitty. Oh, you guys are great, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful evening, rest of the day, night, wherever you're at in this world. Cheers. I'm out of here.